Hello, Assalamu alaikum, dear students for grade 11. Today we have lecture 3, and this is again for the chapter business communication. And today we will discuss the 5 purposes of business communication for internal and external audiences. Audience are the people who work within organization and outside of organization with you. The suppliers are the audience, the customers are the audience for you. The general manager is the internal audience. So the communication is the most necessary thing to put your thoughts on the definite time at all your best level. In this purpose, the communication tells you the 5 purposes, and that is marketing purpose. The second one is operational reasons. The third one is managing the workforce. The fourth one is financial communication, and the last one is legally required communication. So we will discuss all these in 10 to 15 minutes, inshallah, and then you will answer these questions. And if you have any problem, so I will connect with you on different sources which I tell you that maybe on WhatsApp or on the live communication on Instagram. So first of all, we have to discuss the marketing purpose. Why the business communicate with different stakeholders, either internally or externally. These two words, internal communication and external communication, are broadly used in communication, in business communication. So you already may know about that, what is internal and what is external. Internal is the people who work with you within the business, and external are the people who work outside the business. Marketing purposes. Businesses need to communicate with potential and actual customers to research their needs through primary market research. In many industries, this creates an ongoing need for two-way communication. Always, any business seek to find different ways how to market the product, and they always find the potential and actual customers. So they do research, and after research they find what basically the needs and wants of our potential and actual customers, because those people are the primary source of earning. Relating to these potential actual customers, they give the information to the new customers. Then you will get the new customers. So in this regard, the marketing is the most important thing. In different ways you have to do such promotional activities, maybe some public relations events, and in that you promote your product. and this will done with research. After getting some information that what are the needs and wants of the customer, then you make a plan to do such kind of activity. And this category of communication will also include routine items such as arranging delivery of products to the customers and negotiating prices. So it means that marketing purpose is actually your external, its main cause of external, that you have to pin out your external needs and wants. You have to do your communication externally. After that, we come across to operational reasons. Operational reasons, the communication, it can be internally or maybe outside the business, because the 70 to 80% work have been done internally. But if you want to share some kind of information externally, so also you have to need to communicate with different stakeholders, for example like suppliers, and you have to order the raw materials and you are going to finish your stock. So in this regard, you have arranged the most appropriate communication medium to take the delivery of the goods at the meantime. Maybe it externally for the customer complaints. Maybe any customer have any complaint about your product, so the complaint of any customer will reach properly to the business, and then you give feedback. Mostly businesses receive many complaints from the customers, but they didn't give proper feedback because they have the desk of that people, but they are not properly arranged each and everything. And in this regard, many customers don't want to do complaints if they are seeing different kinds of things in any product. So in this regard, the communication is the most important thing, that in which way you have to proper guidance with the customer, and also you have to proper communication with suppliers to do work on time. And with internal communication, these operational activities are the most important thing with the workers, with different managers. They have to do work properly to maintain orders, to maintain stock, and different type of operational activities which have been done in any type of business. The third one is managing the workforce. Workforce are the people who work within organization. So to maintain and create productive workforce, you have to do good communication and effective communication. And it's also this communication needs the process of recruitment and selection. When selecting a new job seeker or new recruitment have been take place in the organization, so it is essential and it is necessary that your uh, giving aids, your different types of things which you give on the TV or maybe on newspapers. So they have been proper defined for this selection and recruitment criteria. And this all we have done in which ways, different ways you have to recruit and select the people in later chapter, in previous chapter 8. And if you talk about the workforce externally, so also different people engage with you, like the trade unions and other employee representatives who work with you to support you, and also they negotiate with different workers in pay system and in working conditions. So all the process which have done through different criteria like interviews. So how you will communicate, how the workforce will manage by that these trade unions and other employees representatives. So you have to talk with them properly, that we need this type of person, and this actually this type of person will work with us for a long time. The next one is financial communication. Information which based upon the finance is the most important and play a vital role for decision making at all levels. The finance managers, the accountants are the key people who maintain the finance. And if these people have a proper budget and prepare proper budget, and these budgets have been go through by the different managers, and they all are work with that scene, with these budgets. What are our revenues? What are the expenditures? What are our cash flows? And what basically we do, we can maintain our finance, our funds, how we can get our funds from external sources through loans. So all these things have done with in finance department. So if the communication within the finance department with other departments have been such, so it will give the business to in a profitable situation. And this I talk about the financial communication within the business, and if you talk about the outside the business externally, so the invoices which have been made by the cashier or the accountant, which have to pay by customers or pay to suppliers, these information have been discussed with the owners, with the managers, and it is necessary that how many payments are liable to you, how much payments we have to pay. We have to get in touch with that. Is our funds are necessary to take place different types of steps to expenditure it, to expense it, and we have available for funds for the salaries, So these all types of communication is necessary to do with the business, to do with the owners. So then there will no any problems within the business. And the last one is legally required communication. This type of communication mostly done with the external parties to provide key information. In the UK, businesses have to engage in two-way communication with Her Majesty Revenues and Customs (HMRC) to establish any liability to pay taxes and then to pay those taxes. Legally required communication is necessary for the government also, because the government are the state is responsible to collect taxes, and your business need to pay them properly on time. And different companies also publish the annual reports, and those reports have such kind of information which is already registered in stock exchanges. So the information which you have been given in that report have been properly maintained, because this is the source of investment. If different people want to invest in your company, so these people have to read that reports, and it is communicated through different papers, different issued finance reports, and it is properly maintained by your accountant and by your finance manager. And this communication can be internal, like individuals or groups of your business. You have to send different emails to your HR director or your team leaders concerning overtime rates, like the rates are changing day by day or maybe after some time for the product or for anything else. So it is necessary that you have to communicate with them. So it's all about the communication. The main thing is that you have to understand that communication is the most important thing all over the thing in our lives. If we have to communicate properly with someone and agree with those words, so then there is no problem with us. There will be no any getting any problems with the situation. So you have to need the businessman always need to do proper communication, either internally or externally. We have talked about the internal and external communication in our next lecture. Now you have to solve these questions. This is easy questions. If you have any problem, so I will try to get touch with you on Instagram. So it will be easy for us to understand if you have any queries, if you have any questions. So we have to solve properly. Thank you so much, and keep listening this type of videos. It is useful for you. Thank you so much. Allah Hafiz.